that stings. It's it's a tough locker room right there because they did what we asked them to do, and in a lot of ways, the ability to come out fast, the ability to have the poise to handle all the things that they were going to do, in particular, offensively. They just make it really difficult on you, and we did that. And the whole idea, get it to the fourth quarter and put ourselves in a position where we feel like we can excel and execute in the fourth, and that's what didn't happen. And so that's difficult when your plan kind of falls into place and those guys recognize it, and then you're not able to finish the plan and execute the plan, and for several different reasons. We know that, but that's where we've got to make sure that we got to go back to what it is that we do and continue to climb this mountain to get better. Because two really big ones that the fourth quarter, if you said, hey, would you take 21-20 or whatever it was at USC, or 21-21 to start the fourth quarter, take it right now. And then if you said the same thing, 14-13 to start the fourth quarter, would you take it right now, because that's the position we want to train ourselves to be in. And unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage of obviously an incredible atmosphere and crowd and things like that to finish the thing off and be able to execute when it counts the most.
Questions?
Luke, I know it's tough not being able to review the game, but what would you say was the toughest part about the run offense and getting it going against what we know is a good Penn State front?
I don't know. I mean, obviously the penetration, even the things where you used to, if you run it, you only get 2 yards or 2.5 yards or something on first down, but too often we're getting -1, and I don't know. We knew that they were going to make it difficult, as aggressive as they are, as athletic as they are. But that's probably the first down, our ability to stay on track, to give the offense and give Braden a chance. It was probably where they did the best job. And we knew we wanted to stay out of third and long situations, and but it really comes down to winning on first down, and that's where I think that we struggled probably as much as anything.
Jim, on your left.
Do you think the pick six kind of took your team sales? The defense didn't play as well after that?
Yeah, there's no excuse. You never want to point a finger. This is kind of call us a band of brothers, and our ability to do things together is what's most important. And that's one of those situations where you're trying to find those momentum swings, whether it's creating something special teams wise, big plays. That's one that probably hurt as much as anything. And I can't say it took the crowd out of the game or anything like that. It's just one of those situations where it puts a little bit more pressure back onto the defense to understand, like, we've got to, we're going to have to make up some way somehow for this. And that's not the case. We just know we got to keep playing. But those are the kinds of things right there that we got to find ways. We've been pretty good the last few weeks and poised enough to handle some of those situations. But that's one that is really difficult to overcome, and that's probably one of the things that we didn't do. Probably the thing we didn't do the best well enough of.
Penn State came in, the backup quarterback played well in the second half. What was the challenge there?
Yeah, I don't know that we knew going into the half that was going to be the case. In some ways, he's a guy that plays 4 or 5 snaps, 6, 8 snaps a game. Sometimes just as a wide receiver, sometimes in there with 2 quarterbacks. So you had a little bit of a preparation for him being in the ball game. But I give them credit; they did a really good job with him in the second half and caused us some issues. Maybe some things that didn't say we weren't prepared for, as much as they make you prepare for so many things. When he actually goes in the game and it becomes a little bit of a different game, it cost us some issues. And so twofold, you give him credit for having a plan for when he is in there, and I don't think we did a good enough job at making sure we understand what he was going to do. But he also threw the football pretty darn well too. So he made some plays in the second half that were really, really big.
Defensively, did you feel like you guys had maybe found something in that first half, especially getting some pressure on Alar kind of later in the first half, that you weren't able to recreate in the second half?
We did. We created some energy. I think the momentum and things like that, you could just feel the energy and the buzz from the crowd to the guys on the field. and some of that is, getting in some of those situations where you can rush the passer a little bit more. And, and so give us credit. I mean, we did a good job. I mean, really good job handling a lot of the different things that they did. Even though obviously the first touchdown, being able to regroup and recognize and go back and not, put ourselves in those situations where we're turning those guys loose. So yeah, there was I'm not saying a tale of two halves, but there was definitely a different buzz in that second half. And like I said, to their credit, when they start running the football in the ways that they were, it was making it really difficult on us.
Mark?
On Atticus's 15-yard run, was that planned, or did he just get in a situation where he just couldn't get the kickoff?
No, it wasn't a plan. We did not do a good enough job at making sure we're prepared for that. It's one of those situations that, obviously we talk about and we're aware of, and for our punters in particular, but even inside, we should have blocked it a hell of a lot better. But then again, you put him in a situation where he has to make a play, and he pulled the ball down to not get it blocked, and then made a great decision and recognized that he could continue to run for a first down, and that's not something that was in the plan. But that's a guy that's improvising and making something happen.
Jake, you're right.
Luke, with just during the game, seeing a lot of players going back and forth maybe with Penn State in terms of just maybe emotions, or a big play like Ricardo on that third down incompletion where he was covering somebody, and a couple others. I guess with just dealing with emotions with the players, like, what are you trying to tell the players so that there's no personal fouls?
I didn't notice. I don't think we got a personal foul.
No, you didn't, but it was
No, they got one. That's energy of a game. I mean, I think that our ability to do things within the confines of what is expected of you, I mean, I want them to have a little bit of that energy. I want them to have a little bit of that aggressive nature. Now, you got to be smart. You got to be able to control it. But I think they've done a really good job. Last week we had a situation, the same thing. We played the game the way the game's supposed to be played. And, if some people take offense to it, they take offense to it. And, there's some areas for, the ability to, express yourself in some ways. That it's just a part of the game.
Couple more. Jesse?
Luke, you mentioned how close the games were against USC, and obviously tonight. How badly do you feel like you and this program just need a breakthrough moment at a huge opportunity?
You got to make those things happen. I don't know. I mean, at some point in time, you'll look back and be able to say that there's something that happened that maybe changed things, but nothing's going to be handed to you, especially in this league the way it is now. And I think that's what we're really truly recognizing is, you got to be prepared. You got to be ready to fight every week, and there's going to be a new challenge. And what's the breaking point? What's the thing that puts you over to? I don't know. But that's something that we've got to not sit and wait for. It's something that we got to find a way to go out and make happen.
Jim, on your left.
Luke, I realized the guy you thought was going to be starting at quarterback is Crouches on the sideline. Until you get better play at that position, this mountain you talk about climbing, does that make it difficult to climb that mountain until you get consistent play at that spot? Or is it too much?
I don't know if that's too much to throw on the shoulders of Braden. I mean, I think it's all around, right? I mean, right now, where we are as a program and a team, we know that we got to hang our hats on each other. That's a team right there that we just got done playing that probably, if things aren't going well, if their quarterback twists his knee, or could probably hang their hat on the defense and probably get by for a bit. And I really, they're that talented, I think. And that's just not where we are. We know that we've got to be able to get by with everybody doing their part and taking pride in it. And regardless of who's at the quarterback position, I think that. And if you can't run the football, you can't establish yourself and do a little bit better job on first down, you're going to put anybody there, especially against a defense like that with the ability that they have, in a really difficult situation.